Hello, team, and welcome to episode 49, The Host with the Most. It is time. It is time for your test. But I don't want you running from the T word. Our tests are real tests. And what do I mean by this? I think anybody who has gone through the school system, whether it's in Brazil or most other countries, when they hear the word test, they go, oh my God, oh no. They get a headache. Oh, I'm sick. I can't go. And that's not the point of a test. A good test, it shows you how you've improved and what you might want to work on for the next stage, the next part, in this case, for 2025. So if I go to the gym and afterwards I look in the mirror, I can kind of tell if I am improving. But with English, it can be difficult. You don't feel that I've improved my listening 5% and my reading is 2%, but my writing is down 3%. So we don't really see and we can't really measure this growth. So I found this way where twice a year we record ourselves speaking a little bit. The rules might change in the middle of the year. It was in the format of a class, and this time in the format more of a conversation. But the whole point is for you to see what I see from this side of the camera. And don't worry about it. No reason to feel anxious. Honestly, the students who didn't remember they had the test, they did the best. They weren't worried. They weren't nervous at all. So don't worry about this. You pass no matter what. 100 points for you. If you want, I can even make up a certificate. All right? So let's see what we've got. Team, your warm-up, it's easy. Bring a topic to class for your test. What was my recommendation? Something you spent your time doing in 2024. Let's make this real. What do you talk about? You talk about the things that interest you, that make you curious, the things where you... I heard stories about trips from work, hobbies, all types of different conversations. There's no wrong answer. We just want to get you to talk, right? And here it is. This is the actual conversation. If you are doing this by yourself, I guess you could record yourself. That is fine. But I recommend you having a human being present. I think it's good to have that feedback, even if it's just a confused face. Having somebody who's following along, who's understanding you, that's something you need for communication to know if it's working. This is my recommendation of the week. I was listening to the Morgan Housel podcast. I love it. It's a great size. The episodes are usually between 10 and 15 minutes. I think Morgan Housel knows how to speak. He knows how to exemplify. He says something. He gives a good, solid example that makes sense. And if you enjoy topics of personal growth, of investments, and I guess a little bit of philosophy and then human behavior as well. I think a lot of human behavior. It's a great podcast for you to be practicing your English. What is a rare and powerful skill you can think of? I'm going to go with the one he mentioned that I do not have, which is a tolerance for stupid bureaucracy. And unfortunately in life, sometimes we need to deal with bureaucracy. And maybe because I work by myself, sometimes I go a little crazy. This week I was scheduling an exam, with my health insurance, and I think it was unfairly difficult. You call one number, it doesn't work, then they send you somewhere else, and then you need to talk to a chat bot that can't resolve anything. And I don't think I deal with these situations the best. So it's something that I admire, people who can maintain their cool in stressful situations. Something that I think is very helpful. Another one, just because I think it's a good one, Miss Simone Vaca, she mentioned this, but the people who can leave a situation a little bit lighter. I think we can all benefit from a person who, no matter the situation, leaves it a little bit lighter. So I think that's a great skill. And skill is the magic word. It's our talking point. And skills that you have more than most people, not just during an interview where you should be able to talk about yourself. What skills do you have? Think a bit like a video game character. And it's that we're getting to the end of the year. So it's something to start thinking about. What skills you would love to acquire but haven't yet? What will you be working on next year? Your most underrated skill. This was one of the vocab words of the week. Underrated is something that is not valued enough. So I think maybe dancing. I've never learned how to dance, but I think it's really cool. And people who dance seem to be happy people. So I think it's an underrated skill. Your most useless skill. Oh, I wish I had some coins. Definitely my useless skill is to catch coins off of my elbow. I think my record's like 20 something. So I'm very proud of my useless skill. What's yours? And a skill you wish to develop in 2025. I've not decided this one yet. I'll get back to you. And what's the difference between skill and talent? Excuse me. I think this is important for us to differentiate and also to be aware that whether it's a skill or a talent, it requires work if you wish to improve it. Last up, the Gringy finals. Everybody is anxious to find our winners. If you haven't yet, vote here for your favorites. And this was my first try at this activity. Next year, we will pick the best categories and we will do it again. But if you haven't voted, here's your chance. Team, that's it. It's a quick PDF because the real action comes from you. So pick a topic, record yourself speaking about it, and don't be afraid to watch yourself speaking. I know people sometimes don't like it, but a quick hack, if you are doing this on Google Meets, is to turn on the auto-generated captions. Why? You can't trick Google. So if you're watching it later and Google doesn't understand what you're saying, it might be something that you want to work on in your pronunciation. All right? Team, that is it. Like always, thank you, and I hope to see you in class.